Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar on creating a chakra balancing practice with doTERRA essential oils. I have been using essential oils for the last 3 years, and I am excited to share what I've learned with you about how to incorporate them into your spiritual practice. This is something that is relatively new to me, but I've learned a lot over the last year or two. And so there are simple ways that you can start to incorporate essential oils into your overall ritual, whatever kind of spiritual practice you've created in your life, and to improve your physical and emotional health also. So, who am I? My name is Amanda Brumell. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am a certified holistic health counselor. I studied at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, also known as IIN. I graduated in 2006, and I have been working with clients for the last 10 years, helping them to create balance in their lives and fulfill whatever dreams they are looking to create. I am also a doTERRA wellness advocate, and I am actually a gold leader. I have to update this, but I am a gold leader as of March 2017. I am a lover of all things that come directly from the earth. I have been on a path of healing for the last 20 years almost. And it was because I was very ill in my late teens and early 20s, and the traditional modes of healthcare were not working for me. So I needed to find alternatives. And that set me on the path towards organic and herbal remedies. And I am actually pretty shocked that I didn't know about essential oils earlier. I had known about lavender and cedarwood and things like that I might put in my bath, but I didn't understand the difference between the grades of oil and how important it is to make sure that your oil is pure if you want to actually have a therapeutic value in your body. So we'll talk a little bit more about that today. And I have a serious case of wanderlust. I am actually live from Budapest right now. I am on a healing journey here. I am bathing in the thermal waters every day for 2 to 3 hours. And I'm going to be doing that for the next 3 weeks. I've already been doing it for a week. And I am on a mission to reset the energy of my cells. So if you want to track my progress and see amazing pictures of this beautiful city, follow me on Instagram at realurbanwellness.com. That's realurbanwellness.com. You can also friend me on Facebook. I'm happy to share my journey with you. So what is the intention for today? I am here to serve you. This webinar is intended to leave you educated and empowered. I am here to remind you that no one else is more of an expert about your mind and body than you. You were born whole, and you are wired for health on a cellular level. Your cells in every moment are doing everything they can to be healthy. That is the natural state. So if anybody watching this webinar does not feel this way, my intention is to show you the natural path back to wholeness and wellness. So in this particular class, you're going to learn how to use essential oils to encourage openness and flow between your body's energy centers. So to start, what are chakras? I think in our day and age, people are becoming more conscious, more spiritually aware. And so you may have heard the term chakra before, or you may be a more experienced chakra balancer. But to kind of level set, so everybody's on the same page, chakra means wheel or disc in Sanskrit. So it's a series of 7 swirling centers of energy along the spine, and they correspond to nerve centers and glands of our endocrine system. So each chakra is a specific color, and it starts at the base of the spine and goes all the way to the crown of the head, and they're specific colors that mirror the rainbow. So the rainbow is essentially a vibrating energy spectrum that we call light. So you can think of the chakra as that kind of vibrational energy. And especially if you're incorporating meditation into your practice, the idea of light entering your body and purifying your cells is very cohesive with the chakra balancing system. So they're related to specific processes going on in your body. So breathing, digestion, reproductive system, everything that your body is doing physically is connected to these chakra centers. Stress, trauma, and negativity can block the flow of energy, and then that can lead to a loss of vitality. So if there's any part of your physical, emotional, or spiritual life that feels like less than average or even if it's feeling good and you'd like to take it to the next level, it could be affected by certain physical traumas, emotional traumas, any sort of regular stress you have in your life. So keeping the chakras open and balanced keeps our energies flowing correctly and can keep us healthy physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So everything is connected. When you're working on physical well-being, you're affecting your emotional well-being and your spiritual well-being, and vice versa. So you can see a visual here of where the chakras are located: the root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And it's nice, these little circles are kind of reminiscent of the swirling energy in each of those areas. So why use essential oils to help with chakra balancing? So essential oils are natural aromatic compounds. The molecules are extremely tiny and very dense. There's 40 million trillion molecules in one drop of essential oil. There are not even that many cells in the human body. And because of the chemical makeup of essential oil molecules, they can actually penetrate our cell membranes. So not a lot of things can penetrate cell membranes. We mostly don't want things to penetrate our cell membrane, but essential oils have a lipophilic structure, meaning that because they're fatty-based and the cell membrane is fatty-based, the essential oil can penetrate and go inside the cell. So it can actually purify and clear any negative emotional, spiritual, and physical energy. So when we think about emotions, how does an essential oil going into your cell clear up an emotion? Well, emotions are molecules. So if emotions are molecules, they can get into the cell, and the essential oil can penetrate into the cell and clear out the emotional molecules, as well as any negative physical things that might be in that cell, any threats from the environment. They also have a very high energetic vibration. So essential oils are some of the highest frequencies that are known to man. They can create an environment where negative energy cannot exist. And so there's a little anecdote I want to share with you. They were doing testing of the frequency of essential oils. And so a man drank coffee, and his natural frequency of his body, his natural energetic state, dropped by 14 points. And then after he inhaled a pure therapeutic grade oil, his natural frequency returned to normal in 21 seconds. By comparison, just holding a cup of coffee, not even drinking it, just holding the cup of coffee, dropped his frequency by 8 points in only 3 seconds. And it took him 3 days to get back to his natural frequency. So that's how powerful essential oils are. They're also easy to use. As long as you have the proper education, they're very easy to use topically on your skin, aromatically in the air and inhaling it, and internally. But you have to be sure that you're using the proper grade in order to take the oils internally and to put them on your skin. And so they are safe. If you're using them in the proper recommended amounts and you're using the proper grade of oils, they have no negative side effects when used as directed, and they're natural. They come from plants, bark, stems, flowers. So they're coming from the earth, and so they have a positive benefit on our bodies. So why doTERRA? This is something I am very passionate about. This brand I discovered in March of 2014. A dear friend of mine who actually used to be my boss, we worked at a talent agency. She was having a renaissance in her health, and she had improved so many facets of her health that when I saw her in person, she looked like a completely different person. And so I basically said, okay, tell me what you're doing. I want to buy all of the things that you're doing. And she said, I'm using these essential oils that my integrative doctor recommended for me. And so that sort of set me off in the path. And ironically, at the same time, I had had a to-do list of all the things that I wanted to create in my health. And one of the things that I wanted to incorporate was aromatherapy. And at the top of the list, it even said, do aromatherapy. And I kind of sat there for months because I didn't really know what that meant, and I didn't know where to get started. So divinity stepped in and led me on this path towards really learning in depth how to use essential oils for all of my health goals. So doTERRA, I was a little bit skeptical at first, not really understanding the difference between this brand and what I would get at the health food store. And so what makes it unique is that it's certified pure therapeutic grade. So it's tested on many different levels by a third party and also by doTERRA to ensure that it's free of chemicals, free of fillers, free of pesticides. It's actually beyond organic. So the measures they take to test the oils are beyond what organic farms do to make sure that their plants and crops are organic and free of pesticides. doTERRA takes it to a next level. So they're actually the purest oils you can find anywhere on the market. They have an extremely high energetic frequency. The energy practitioners that I work with, they have tested the oils, their energy frequencies, and have said that they've tested off the charts versus other brands of oils that they've used. doTERRA also does something unique in their farming practices. They have something called co-impact sourcing. So what this means is that doTERRA sources their oils in their natural habitat. So wherever the plant grows naturally, that's where doTERRA is going to get the essential oil. So the vetiver comes from Haiti, the frankincense comes from Somalia, the wintergreen comes from Nepal, the cardamom comes from Guatemala. And what this does, instead of farming everything in one specific location, doTERRA is able to go out and give business to farmers in many different locations, many of whom have been living in poverty. And so rather than just buying out farms and displacing farmers that have been there for generations, doTERRA is able to create partnerships and contracts with farmers. They pay them a fair wage. They pay the farmers a fair wage. They create long-term contracts, so there's not price bidding and price wars. And they're able to empower the communities through their Healing Hands Foundation. So 100% of donations that go to the Healing Hands Foundation go directly to the people in need. So doTERRA is partnering with farmers in Somalia, and actually I think in some of those areas they don't even take money, so doTERRA pays them in food. And then on top of that, they're able to provide things like clean water, medical centers, business education, microloans. In Nepal, they were able to build schools, earthquake-proof schools after the major earthquake that happened. And so they're able to give back in so many different ways beyond just paying them for their crops. So really they're creating a revolution in healthcare with the grade of essential oils that they offer. And on top of that, a revolution in the way that we do business, agriculture, farming, to ensure that we're doing things in an environmentally and economically friendly way. So they want to create sustainability. And then on top of that, there's free education. So a lot of people, when they start to learn about oils, think, oh my gosh, I have to go and get my aromatherapist license or certification. And that's something that I was intending to do when I first started using oils. And then I realized that doTERRA provides so much free education that I was able to empower myself by seeking out free education through doTERRA and other legitimate sources, that I've been able to become an expert on my own. And doTERRA really does believe that everyone should be able to empower themselves to become an expert. Now, of course, if you wanted to take it to the next level and become a certified aromatherapist, you could. But to be able to use the oils in your home, with your family, on yourself, on your pets, on your babies, kids, whatever it might be, that's something that you can learn for free through the resources that are already available. So to start, bottom of the spine, this is the first chakra. It's the root chakra. So it governs the bones, nails, teeth, legs, ankles, and feet. And the energies are connected to the earth. So it's grounding, very centering. When the root chakra is imbalanced, someone might experience fear, anxiety, insecurity. They might be frustrated. There might be a hyperactivity. It's sort of overcompensating. And especially if someone's not grounded, there can be sort of a loftiness. This can be connected to that hyperactivity. When it's balanced, there's a sense of security, of safety. Someone feels like they belong. They're connected to themselves, to other people. They feel very grounded, and they enjoy prosperity. So the blend that I recommend for this chakra is called Balance. It is also known as the grounding blend. And so in this blend, the primary oils are blue tansy, spruce, frankincense, and hoe wood. So a lot of trees. And when you think about the way a tree grows, or the plant grows, it's very similar to how it makes us feel. So frankincense trees, very, very deep roots, goes very far deep into the ground, very foundational. So then, of course, if we use that oil, we feel very grounded. We have a sense of security, stability. So you can apply this oil either to the bottoms of the feet or to the base of the spine. And so the essential oil being applied to the skin is going to penetrate through the dermis into the cells and be able to purify the cells both physically and emotionally. So if you're doing your chakra balancing practice, in a public location and you can't get access to the actual skin of your body, you can still hover the oil around the area, around the energy center, and it'll still clear the energy in that area, or you can inhale the oil. So there's many different ways that you can incorporate it in that particular, to affect that particular area. I also like to incorporate affirmations. So as you start a practice and you're using the essential oil on the base of your spine, you can go into a quiet meditation and repeat this affirmation: I am a divine being of light. I am peaceful, protected, and secure. And you can take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long you can dedicate toward a mindfulness practice, and start to incorporate these affirmations. Because what's beautiful is that your mind is changeable. Your brain, you can actually rewire the neurons in your brain. The way that the neurological firing happens in your brain, you can change. There's an amazing book called The Biology of Belief. It's by Bruce Lipton. Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. And he talks about this phenomenon. He's a neuroscientist and he was studying this phenomenon. So the way to change it is through your thought pattern. And so it's not so easy to change our thought pattern, especially if we've been thinking a certain way for many, many years, because our neurons have been firing in that way. The pathways have been very rigidly created. So what you need to do is change your thoughts consistently. And so when you have a thought and a feeling, and you put those two things together, you create a new belief system. And so the thought is this affirmation, and the feeling is enhanced by the essential oil. So essential oils are going to naturally create some sort of emotional response. So the thought, the affirmation, plus the feeling, the essential oil, will help you create a new belief. So if you're consistent about your mindfulness practice and using the essential oil and the affirmation, over time, you could change the way the neurological pathways are structured in your brain. Sacral chakra is next. So the location is in the lower abdomen. It's right below the navel. It governs the reproductive organs, kidneys, bladder, and large intestines. And so if you're dealing with any sort of physical issues in these areas, it could be a clue that your sacral chakra is out of balance. So the energy is fiery, very charged. If the sacral chakra is out of balance, you might feel a lack of energy, unmotivated. You might be overly sensitive or repressed in certain areas where it could be sexually, with communication. When it's balanced, there's an emotional intelligence. Creativity is ripe. You're feeling fulfilled. There's a sensuality. There's a freeness in your sensuality and your sexuality. The blend that I like to use is called Citrus Bliss. It's the invigorating blend. And so this helps charge and energize. Wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, all the citruses. You can apply it in and around the navel area. And the affirmation: I am authentically creating a life free of stress and full of bliss. Because really, ultimately, if we're feeling creative and fulfilled and sensual, that just ultimately equals bliss. So if we can create that belief system with the feeling, then, or the thought with the feeling, we can create a new belief system about bliss in our lives. Solar chakra. So this is right above the navel. It governs the stomach, liver, gallbladder, spleen, small intestine. So when we think about the solar chakra, this is our personal power. This is connected to our will and our self-worth. The energies are fiery, energizing, and charging also. And if it's imbalanced, you might be feeling self-conscious. There could be some judgment against yourself or other people, a lot of worry or nervousness, not sure of what your purpose is. If it's balanced, there's a healthy self-esteem. You're feeling powerful, confident, spontaneous, feeling very effective in the actions that you're taking towards whatever goals you're creating, or whatever life you're creating and the goals you're trying to achieve. The blend that I love to use for this is Digest Zen, which is the digestive blend, because if the chakra is governing the stomach, liver, gallbladder, spleen, and small intestine, and you're using an oil that physically helps with digestion, you're also helping to digest life's experiences. So you can apply this between the navel and the rib cage. And the affirmation is: I am powerful, confident, and successful in all my ventures. So if you're looking to really move forward in your career, the solar chakra is a place to focus on. It's the center of empowerment. And there's a blend that I also like to use for empowerment, aside from digestion. Cassia, I love to use. Bergamot, which is the oil of self-acceptance. And ginger, which is the oil of empowerment. And cassia is the oil of self-assurance. Bergamot, oil of self-acceptance, and ginger, the oil of empowerment. So with those three, you can also combine and get an empty roller bottle with some fractionated coconut oil and mix it up and then rub that over your power center. I like to do that before presentations. Digestion is also an oil that you can take internally. So if you're focusing on digestive support, you can take the digestion on the tongue or a drop in water. Just note that if you drink the oils internally and you put them in water, always use glass or ceramic containers. Don't use plastic or styrofoam. And if you're going to apply the oil on the skin, always dilute it with a carrier oil. These oils are extremely potent. So if you put digestion directly on the skin, it might burn. So to dilute the intensity, mix it with fractionated coconut oil. And I like fractionated because it's liquid at all temperatures, it's odorless, it's colorless, it's very thin, and so it absorbs into the skin. So it's a great way to carry the essential oil directly into the bloodstream. You can use regular coconut oil, it's fine, but you're gonna have a layer of essential oil sitting on the top of your skin. It's not gonna absorb into the bloodstream as effectively. Heart chakra. So this is the mid-chest. It governs the chest, lungs, heart, shoulders, upper back, skin, and circulation. The energy is water, calming, soothing, relaxing. When it's imbalanced, there might be a sense of paranoia, a lot of self-pitying, a need to control. Could be avoidance, avoidance of difficult situations or avoidance of relationships and intimacy. Also, insomnia can be a side effect of it being imbalanced. When it's balanced, you have empathy, compassion. Things are heartfelt, loving, giving and receiving is in flow. You're very open, trusting of others, trusting of yourself and your instincts. The blend that I love for this is Breathe. It's the respiratory blend. So again, if the heart chakra is located in the chest and it's governing the lungs, the respiratory blend is going to help physically and also emotionally open things up. The peppermint in the essential oil in this particular blend is really nice because it's a vasodilator, so it opens up the vessels and allows more blood and oxygen to flow through. So it's a great way to open things up physically and then emotionally as a side benefit. So you can apply it directly over the heart. And the affirmation for this is, I am giving and receiving love effortlessly and unconditionally. Imagine what it would be like to be giving and receiving love effortlessly and unconditionally every day with everyone you meet. And with yourself, most importantly. Okay, so the throat chakra. So this is the center of communication, self-expression, faith. It's located along the length of the throat. So it's the throat, the thyroid, the neck, the vocal cords, and the ears. The energies are water, calming, soothing, relaxing. And when it's imbalanced, there might be a sense of self-righteousness, having to prove that your opinion is correct. Could be a secretiveness. You don't feel confident or trusting to reveal personal truths about yourself to other people. An evasiveness. Physically, it could manifest in stuttering or, on the flip side, interrupting. When it's balanced, there's an authenticity, a truthfulness. You feel inspired. You're independent rather than codependent, communicative, really expressing the truths of who you are. So the essential oil for this that I love is Whisper. It's the blend for women. However, it's designed to balance feminine energy. So it can be used with men also. I have a lot of men that I work with that use the Whisper blend. And so it just helps to balance that out, the balance between feminine and masculine energy. You can apply it directly over the throat. It's got some very rich, earthy oils in it. I love vetiver, patchouli. Patchouli is the oil of physicality. Bergamot, we talked about, the oil of self-acceptance. Ylang ylang is the oil of the inner child. Jasmine is the oil of sexuality. So this is such a beautiful blend. I love this oil, this particular blend. The affirmation is, I am speaking clearly and truthfully with grace and ease. Third eye chakra. So this is connected to healing, channeled guidance. So kind of guidance from a higher power. The location is between the eyebrows. It governs the face, the eyes, and the nose. So the energy is air, meditative, intuitive, spiritual. When it's imbalanced, you may feel closed off, maybe skeptical. There could be a naivete on the flip side. There's a rigidity in the way that you operate in your life. Could be a lot of indecision or a lack of clarity about the steps that you need to take to move forward in your life. When it's balanced, there's an openness. Imagination is just off the charts. Very connected to intuition, very perceptive, focused, clear-minded. The essential oil I like to use for this is Serenity. It's the calming blend. I especially like to use this at night before I go to sleep. I always put a little dot right between my eyebrows, and it just helps to calm the mind down. So lavender is a really wonderful one to calm things down. Roman chamomile and sandalwood also. Sandalwood on its own is such a beautiful oil that if you wanted to start incorporating different oils into your practice, because everybody's body chemistry is different, the frequency of your body is going to be a little bit different. So certain oils might jive better with you. And that's one of the reasons why I like to present these blends, is because there's a mix of oils in there that can be working on your energy center. But if you want to focus very specifically on one particular oil for its emotional quality, because every single oil has both physical and emotional benefits. So if you wanted to focus on sandalwood, or you really focused on your inner child right now, you could just be using ylang-ylang oil. So any way that you want to incorporate these, you can. But for me, I love Serenity for sleep, and that just instantly calms me down. And so it's a great way to use that before I go into my nighttime 8-hour meditation. You can apply it over the forehead, right between the brows. And the affirmation, I am tuned into the divine to follow the path toward my purpose. Okay, crown chakra. So this is universal awareness, spiritual knowledge, protection. The location is at the top of the head, so it governs the brain, the skull, the nervous system, and the pineal gland, which is the gland that produces melatonin, which is connected to sleep. So if there's an imbalance in the crown chakra, that could result in an imbalance in your sleep cycle. It's an air energy, meditative, intuitive, and spiritual. If imbalanced, you might feel disconnected from yourself, from spirit, from your love relationship. There could be some self-destructiveness, overeating, binge drinking, anything that is negative or makes you feel unhealthy, unhappy, sad, and you're doing it to yourself purposefully. You may feel lonely, unworthy. There could be frustration. When it's balanced, you're feeling spiritually connected. You have a sense of understanding. You're uplifted. There's a generosity. There's gratitude. And the essential oil blend that I like is Elevation. It's the joyful blend. And inside Elevation is Melissa, which is one of the most spiritually powerful oils on the planet. It has such a high frequency. It's actually very difficult to source. And doTERRA did not have it on the market for about 1.5 years. Because they couldn't find a source that met their standards. So they have a lot of integrity when they sell their oils. They will not sell something subpar. So they had a good growing season last year, and they were able to put it back on the market in the fall. So it's one of the more valuable oils that doTERRA offers. So if you're loving the idea of Melissa, you can get it in this blend. Melissa on its own is, I think, $135. So it's no joke. It's really used for cleansing spiritual darkness. So you can apply this blend on the top of the head, and the affirmation is, I am one with my higher self and one with the divine. I mean, to me, that's so beautiful. And when you're in meditation, you can think of a white light, at the end of your meditation, a white light coming down from the sky through the crown of the head, and then down through your entire body, cleansing every cell. And so that connection of that white light from the sky all the way down through your feet, through the center of the earth, cleansing every cell of the body and really keeping you connected with everything in nature, with yourself, the planet, the people around you, the universe. To me, that's a really beautiful image. So I would recommend creating a ritual. If you'd like to incorporate chakra balancing into your practice, you can set aside time either daily or weekly. Some people like to do it in the morning before they get their day started. They'll, set aside anywhere between 5 minutes to an hour. I have a friend who does an 1.5 hour chakra balancing meditation. If daily isn't doable for you, every other day, maybe even once a week on Sundays, you could do 30 minutes in the morning. I like to use a pendulum. I found a really beautiful pendulum that works really well for me. And if you want to to tune your pendulum. You can Google it online. I'm just starting to learn about this, so it's something new to me. But you want to make sure that your pendulum is going to work for you. So you have to program it essentially. But you can use your pendulum to determine if your chakras are imbalanced or balanced. And so you would hold the pendulum sort of out in front of each chakra, and based on the way the pendulum swings, you'll know if it's imbalanced or balanced. And that's going to depend on how you program your pendulum. So once you've determined how your chakras are doing, you can apply the essential oil on the chakra point, or you can inhale it if you're not wanting to put it on topically on the skin. And then you can meditate on the suggested affirmations, or you can create your own affirmations. And then after you've gone through the full body chakra balancing, or if you're just focused on one particular area, you're just focused on opening the heart, after you've gone through putting on the essential oil and meditating on the affirmation, you can recheck the chakra with your pendulum to see if the energy has shifted. And so I had a chakra balancing meditation at my house a couple of weeks ago, and we did the testing of each person before we did a guided meditation. And then we applied the essential oils on each of the 7 chakra points, and we practiced the affirmations out loud together. At the end, when we rechecked, everybody's chakras were like vibrating off the charts. It was pretty amazing. Every single person. It was just high vibes. So if you can get together with other people and do it together, I find that the group vibe really is powerful. You can also add other modes of energy clearing. So every chakra is connected to a sound. You can use different crystals or gems, and also color therapy. So obviously each chakra has its own color, the root chakra being red, the crown chakra being violet. So you could be wearing or holding a particular piece of clothing or some sort of item that reflects that color to help clear the energy of that particular chakra. Okay, I just want to see if there's any questions. You can type them into the chat box. If there's anything that you want some more clarity on, anything that might have been confusing. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going. So if you are not already using doTERRA, you might be asking yourself, how do you get started? So there are 2 different ways that you can get access to doTERRA. You can buy them retail. So if you want to try maybe one oil, you can buy them retail. And I'm happy to send you my website, and you can buy it on the website, and it would get shipped directly to your home, and there's no obligation that way. However, if you're wanting to get the whole chakra balancing pack of 7 oils, you can buy them at wholesale. So with wholesale, you get a 25% discount below retail. And then you pay a $35 membership fee. So it's like Costco or Sam's Club, essentially. And the membership fee is only $35, which is great. So for an entire year, you get everything that doTERRA has at a 25% discount. There are enrollment kits. If you decide you wanted to start with an enrollment kit, you can get your membership for free. There isn't a chakra balancing enrollment kit, but there are a lot of the chakra balancing oils in some of the enrollment kits. So if you're curious about what enrollment kits are available, just feel free to reach out to me. My email is amanda@realurbanwellness.com. So in your first year of membership, it's a $35 membership fee. And then in the following year, on your anniversary, if you decide to renew, you can renew for $25. And they actually send you a free bottle of peppermint oil to offset the cost. So it's pretty much a free membership. And it's also an optional renewal. So if you purchased oils now and you never got them again, you would not have to renew your membership. The smartest way to get the oils is through something called the Loyalty Rewards Program. And I like to mention this because even though you're getting 25% off the retail price, you can actually get an additional 30% off over time. So your grand savings with a wholesale membership is 55% off retail. It is the best way to get your oils. There's no other way that you can get them at that value. So if you're going to order regularly, if you love the oils and you start using them on a regular basis, and doTERRA has other products like supplements, skincare, hair care, if you're looking to make a more non-toxic, if you're making non-toxic changes in the products that you're using at home, you can start incorporating doTERRA, and you spend about $50 a month. They call it product value, 50 PV. It's about 50 bucks a month, which is probably easy for us to do because we're already spending that at the health food store. So you can just redirect your budget to doTERRA, and you can get up to 30% back. So you start off at 10%, and then every 3 months it bumps up by 5%. So in your first month, you get 10% back on what you purchase. So on 50, that's $5 worth of points that goes into a bank, and then you save up the points and you can redeem them on things like frankincense, some of the more valuable oils. And then after 3 months, it bumps up to 15%, then 20, then 25. Then after a year of ordering about 50 bucks a month, you get 30% back. So that's $15 worth of points back. So that's pretty big savings. I mean, $15 back, if you do that after 3 months, you have $45 worth of points to redeem on oils. So you only need to buy 1 item per year with your membership. If you opt into the loyalty rewards program, again, it's optional. You only have to buy 1 item per month, which gets you your shipping reimbursed in product credits. If you bump up to about 50 PV a month, which is around $50, that's when you start earning the credits back, the percentages back. And then if you, on a certain month, you get up to 125 PV, which is about $125, you get the free oil of the month automatically, as long as the order ships by the 15th. So there are a lot of great benefits of having a wholesale account. This may not be completely clear right now, but as you get started with oils and you start your membership, this is something that'll help to explain to you in the future. So when you get started with doTERRA, you can choose one of 3 pathways. First, you can just be a customer. So most people, this is how they start. They just want to be a customer and enjoy the products at home. They want to get the discount. So you just be living the doTERRA lifestyle. A lot of times what happens though is when people start using the oils, they fall in love with them and they just start naturally sharing with their friends. So if you start sharing doTERRA and you want to host a class, you can get free products, and you can even earn cash this way too. Others are really dedicated to natural health. They're living a healthy lifestyle. They love the idea of essential oils. They want to learn more. They want to replace their income or maybe just supplement so they can pay off some debt or save for the future. They decide they want to build a business with doTERRA and start sharing the oils on a regular basis. So if this is you, definitely reach out to me and let me know, and I can explain a little bit more about how you get started, because we offer a lot of free training, a lot of free business training on our team if you decide you do want to build a business with doTERRA. So you get to choose where you fit in best. Who do you know that would benefit from using essential oils? Is there someone in your life that you're thinking, oh my gosh, they would love this? If so, you can book a class and receive gifts. So just by booking a class, you receive this keychain, and it can hold 8 mini vials in it of your favorite oils. If at the class you have at least 5 people attend who don't already have a doTERRA membership, each of these vials will get filled up. So you'll have a little travel case to throw in your bag, and you'll have oils with you anywhere you go. Because I will tell you, I have oils in my purse, oils in my bathroom, oils in my bedroom, kitchen, I have them everywhere. So when you start to get into it, you'll want to have oils in the most convenient places where you spend most of your time. And if you're out a lot and you don't work from home, then having a little keychain is a great way to keep them with you. So if you're ready to get started, these are some of the benefits of working with me. You get 90 days of free oils coaching with a certified holistic health counselor. I have 10 years of experience and 3 years of experience with doTERRA. You get access to a community of doctors, natural health practitioners, leaders, and educators. So as you start researching about essential oils online, you may find a lot of blog articles and different information that talk about essential oils being dangerous and essential oils are not safe for ingestion. Having access to this community of people who have experience and understand the science behind the oils will give you a legitimate way to access the correct information. So when you're finding resources online, you want to make sure you're looking at the source. Who is writing about the essential oils? Who is making this statement? Is it coming from somebody who has a doctorate background, years of aromatherapy experience, uses essential oils regularly, or is it just an opinion piece? You always want to make sure that whatever information you're getting is backed by science. So you'll have access to a lot of science and research. You're going to also receive free oils, gifts, educational materials, and resources upon getting started with me. And you'll also get included into a 2-week online oil camp program. So this way you can actually win free oils. It's all online, and basically you log into your account 10, 15 minutes every day, watch some videos, comment on the posts. And then if you do that consistently for 2 weeks, you'll win free oils. You'll also get ongoing mentorship and guidance to ensure you get the most out of your oils. Because I want to make sure that if you're investing in your oils, that you're getting an investment back into you with the proper education. Because the only way that you're going to be able to really improve your emotional, physical, spiritual health is if you're using the oils properly, safely, and getting the most out of them. So you can email me at amanda@realurbanwellness.com with "I'm ready" in the subject line. Also email me if you'd like copies of these handouts. So you can get this Chakra-Balancing tear sheet. So it goes quickly through the chakras, the oils to use, how to know if they're balanced and where to apply them. And then this other sheet that shows you the prices of each oil, and then the drive, the core issue, perspective, level of consciousness, if it's unbalanced, and what the task is for that particular chakra. So if you'd like to get these resources, again, email me at amanda@realurbanwellness.com, and I will email them to you. So I want to thank you for joining me. I'm going to check to see if there's any final questions. If not, I am going to sign off. Anything that you were not able to ask during this webinar and you'd like to direct those questions to me, again, email me, amanda@realurbanwellness.com. You can also follow me on Instagram @realurbanwellness.com or friend me on Facebook. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you on the next one.